I know that some of you are mountain bikers, so I want to tell you about this Scottish mountain biker named Danny McCaskill. He does things on a mountain bike I didn't think were possible. You can check him out on YouTube. He made a 4-minute film called Danny Daycare. And the premise is that he takes his friend's baby, maybe a 1-year-old, on a mountain bike ride. The baby's in a trailer attached to the back of Danny's mountain bike. So he does all sorts of crazy things with the baby in the trailer that, you know, we wouldn't even do without a baby in a trailer. But the biggest trick of the 4-minute film is called a barrel roll. So he's mountain biking along, he does a whole 360-degree circle, lands it, and keeps on mountain biking with the baby in the trailer. It's a doll in the trailer, but supposedly baby in the trailer. And to land this trick, he said that he practiced it hundreds of times for a 4-minute film. Hundreds of times, first landing in a foam pit and then landing onto airbags and then actually going out onto the trail and doing the trick. And that's some incredible persistence. And there are things that we do repetitively on our mats that we get really good at because we continue doing them. Things, if you think back to the beginning of your yoga practice, that were really hard and difficult. I mean, think about how many times you've fallen out of tree pose, for example, which is a pose we're going to do today. And, you know, there are days when we still fall out of that pose, but the more we do it, the more we repeat the actions, the right actions that take us into that pose, the easier it becomes. The other side of that coin is the more we practice wrong actions, the more we form habits in a way that could be harmful for us. So today is about practicing as best we can right actions on our mats. Right actions that, yes, lead us into poses, but practicing that persistence, that willingness to do something again and again, and listening as we go along to, oh, if I make a little adjustment this way, then I'm able to hold the tree pose longer. That persistence lends itself to all of the things that we do off of our mats as well. Find a comfortable seat and close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose and a nice slow exhale through your mouth. Just welcome yourself to your practice. Maybe give yourself a pat on the back for showing up again and again for your practice. This persistence, this consistency pays off large dividends. And you know this if you, like me, have taken time away from your practice, and then you come back expecting to be able to hold that tree pose. And then it's more difficult. So persistence, consistency, the next right action is what we're looking for today. Bring your hands to your heart and make your commitment to be consistent. You've already done that by showing up today. Make your commitment to be persistent in those poses, in those situations where you feel off balance, you feel shaky. Keep coming back, keep trying, listening to the feedback your body, your mind, and your heart give you. Bow your head towards your heart, sealing in your commitment to being consistent and persistent today. Release your hands down, and as you inhale, sit tall. Roll your shoulders back to open your chest, to open your heart, and then open your eyes. All right, it's time to press play if you're following along with music. And then we're going to start in Crocodile Pose today. So that's fully on your belly, on your mat. You're going to flare your elbows out to the sides and rest your forehead on your hands. Crocodile Pose. Take your legs a little bit wide in your crocodile, and then just let your front body settle down into the floor. Deep inhale through your nose, and then slowly exhale through your mouth as you settle into your mat a little bit more. And then we'll slowly introduce movement, first with the head. Keeping your forehead on your hand, start to turn your face from side to side. So you roll across your forehead a little bit here. Opening up your neck just a little. And then bring your head to stillness and start to sway your hips a little bit side to side. And then bring your hips to stillness. With your legs still wide, bend your knees so your feet are in the air. And then windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Repeating movements often will help us move into a deeper opening or deeper strength. Bring your legs straight up and then stretch them back behind you. Now bring your legs in a little closer towards one another, tops of the feet on the floor. Lift your head up and then slide your hands back beside your hips with your palms facing up, and then lower your forehead to your mat. We're going to do 3 roll-ups to Cobra. Let the backs of your hands and your legs stay on the floor. As you inhale, peel your forehead off the mat and lift into Cobra without your arms. Exhale, lower back down, forehead to the mat. 2 more like this. Inhale, peel up. Use those upper back muscles to lift. Exhale, lower down. 1 more, moving with your breath. Lift up, and then exhale, lower down. Let everything settle into the floor here. And then lift your forehead off the mat. We'll take Shalabhasana or Locust Pose, a variation of that. Hug your belly up, lift your arms, lift your legs, roll that spine up, upper back up, just like you did in Cobra. Reach back just a little bit more persistence here as you lift up, strengthening the back body, and then exhale, lower down. Push yourself back to Child's Pose. Widen the knees out, shift the hips back. Keep the arms out in front, so this will be extended Child's Pose. Again, maybe let your forehead rest on the mat. Stretch through the back body. Make fists with your hands. And then bend your elbows as much as you need to so you can make circles with those fists. Just opening up the wrists, rolling the fists around in one direction. And now circle around in the other direction. And then stretch your hands back in front, palms down on the mat. Lift your forehead up. Come up to hands and knees, all fours, bringing those knees in, hip width distance apart. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. And then walk your dog out a little bit, then one knee and then the other. Just stretching the backs of the legs. Maybe you start to bring on Ujjayi breath, toning in your throat. Listening to the sound, that ocean sound that the breath makes. Press both heels down towards the floor. On your inhale, lift your right leg back and up behind you. On your exhale, bring your right knee to the back of your right arm. So you come into plank, right knee kisses the back of the right arm. Take your right knee over to the back of the left arm, and then stretch your leg back and up behind you. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, come forward, plank, right knee to right arm, take it over to the left arm. Exhale, stretch it back behind you. Inhale, come forward plank, knee to the right, to the left. Exhale, back and up. 2 more times. Inhale, forward, touch your knee to the right, to the left. Exhale, reach it back and up. Last one, on the side, plank, knee touches, arm, other arm, stretch it back and up, and then lower your right foot down to the mat. Big inhale through your nose, and then long exhale through your mouth. Second side, inhale, left leg back and up behind you. Exhale, come into plank. Bring your knee to your left arm, sweep it over to your right arm, and then stretch your leg back. I got the breath wrong on that one. So inhale, forward, plank, tap your left arm, your right arm. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, forward, tap, tap. Exhale, back. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one, tap, tap. Reach your leg back, and then lower your foot down to the mat. Again, big inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go through your mouth. Walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. Fold over your legs, hold on to your elbows. Keep your quadricep muscles, front of the thigh muscles working as you fold in here. And then on an inhale, rise up. Take your arms high up overhead, touch your palms. Exhale, hands to your heart. One of our repeating patterns today will be the Surya Namaskar, adding on things as we go through and taking some away as we go through Surya Namaskar, sun salute. With your inhale, take your arms up to the sky, look up, stretch up, reach a little taller. Exhale, fold down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Ride your exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Or maybe if you want an upward facing dog, exhale, downward dog. Look to the top of your mat and walk, step, or hop your feet up. And then inhale, rise up, touch your palms, exhale, hands to your heart. With your breath again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, lengthen. Take your vinyasa, maybe changing things up by jumping back. You decide. And then from downward dog, inhale, right leg, lift it to the sky. Exhale, lunge your foot to the front of your mat, using your core to get your foot there. Come up to warrior 2. Take a moment to find your warrior 2. Front thigh about parallel to the ground. Turn your front palm up. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, reverse triangle, reach back. And then as you exhale, land back down into warrior 2. And we'll repeat that 2 more times. Inhale, reverse triangle, front leg straightens, lengthen through the right side. Exhale, slowly lower down to warrior 2. 1 more time, reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior 2, and now half moon pose. See if you can keep reaching forward, getting those right fingers down to the ground, lifting the left leg up, finding your balance here, maybe rolling that left shoulder back a little bit more. Maybe lifting the right fingers off the ground, and then slowly step back to warrior 2 and reverse triangle. Straightening the front leg as you reach back. Inhale, back up, warrior 2. On your exhale, take your hands down to the floor. Lift your back heel up. So here, You're going to put a little weight into your left hand. You're going to take your right fingers behind your right ear as if you're saying, huh, what? I couldn't hear you. And we're going to twist here. Let the twist come from your spine, not from your arm moving. So as you inhale, rotate up towards the ceiling, drawing your right shoulder back. As you exhale, rotate down. Maybe your right elbow taps the inside of your left arm. Inhale up. Exhale, twist down. Again, inhale up. And then exhale, twist down. One more time, twist up. This time, take your arms straight up into the air, reaching up overhead. And then hand down to the floor. Lower your back knee to the mat. Low crescent pose. Sweep the arms forward and up. Bring your hips a little forward so you can stretch the front of the left hip. Belly pulls in and then back bend. Try to keep your upper arms right by your ears. And then exhale, hands down to the mat. One leg dog, lift your right leg up. One leg vinyasa or two leg. You know the score here. And then we meet in downward dog. Second side, inhale, left leg back and up behind you. Exhale, lunge your foot to the top of your mat. Come up to warrior two. Take a moment to find that warrior two. You're going to go back and forth, as you know, from warrior two to reverse triangle. So turn your front palm up. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach back, lengthen the left side. Exhale, slowly descend back to warrior two. Try to be smooth here. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, land into your warrior two. And now half moon pose. Try to be smooth as you reach forward, standing on left foot and left hand. Find your pose and then refine your pose. Drawing your left shoulder back a little bit. Maybe getting sturdy enough in your standing leg and your core that you can lift the left hand off the mat. Be patient with yourself if you fall out of the pose. Take a breath in here as you exhale. Slowly descend back to warrior two, trying to be smooth as you lower back. And then reverse triangle pose again. On your exhale, windmill your hands down to either side of the front foot. Lift the back heel up. And then put some weight into your right hand. Take your left fingers behind your left ear with the elbow pointing straight out to the side. As you inhale, twist up, rotate up, reach back through the back of the left shoulder. Exhale, twist down. Maybe your elbow or your elbow taps the inside of your right arm. Inhale up. Exhale, twist down. Inhale up. One more time, twist down, rotating through the spine, and then inhale up. Take your arms straight up overhead, open up here, big breath, and then exhale, hand down to the mat. Lower your back knee to the floor, and as you inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Low crescent pose, strong core, open the front of the right hip, and then lift the chest up for a back bend. Exhale, hands down to the mat. One leg dog, lift your left leg back and up. One leg vinyasa. In downward dog, big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Bring your feet up to the top of your mat. Fold over your legs. Inhale, rise up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. We'll move on now. Again, Surya Namaskar. We'll change the filling in the middle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin your flow. Consistency, persistence, paying dividends here in Surya Namaskar. Inhale, right leg back and up behind you. Bend your knee, twist open. Find a little hang time here. Maybe getting lighter into the right hand. Maybe the right hand lifts off the mat. Lower it back down. Stretch the right leg behind. Square the hips. Use your core to plant your right foot at the top of your mat. High crescent pose. Take the arms up overhead. Big breath in here. As you exhale, come out to warrior three. Arms can be wherever you feel comfortable with them. Find your warrior three and then slowly step back to high crescent pose. Again, smooth between the transitions. Find the back bend in high crescent. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, back to high crescent. We're going to make this transition one more time. Exhale, warrior three. Smoothly step back to high crescent pose. Bring your hands to your hips. Lower the back heel to the mat and then straighten the front leg. So we're trying to square your hips and your shoulders to the direction you're facing, right out in front of you. Tiny bend into that right knee. Parsvottanasana, take your hands behind your back, holding your hands right at your waistline, maybe holding your elbows, maybe reverse prayer. Breath in here, and then as you exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, take a little back bend here. And then inhale, come back up. So here, you're going to turn to face the right long side of your mat. You're probably going to want to widen your feet out a little bit more. So we're going to do those side lunges that we do frequently, but this time we're going to be upright. So take your arms up overhead, interlace your fingers, and turn your palms up towards the ceiling. And notice here that palms, head, hips are all in one line. As we side lunge, we're going to try not to bow forward. So keep the palms pressing up. That'll be a reminder for you. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend into your right knee. Try to keep the chest lifted as you bend the right knee. Oh, looks so good. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, bend into your left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, back to the right. Keep the chest lifted. Try not to bow forward. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, left. Inhale, straighten. One more time to the right. Keep pressing the palms up. And one more time to the left. And then straighten. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your hands there. And then forward bend. Fold over. Crown of the head towards the floor. And then slowly start to bring your hands away from your back. Okay, release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. We're going to take the side lunges. Again, this time you're bent over. You'll feel these in a different way. Exhale, bend into your right knee. Inhale and straighten. Exhale, left knee. Inhale. You've got 4 more total. So take those on your own. Just noticing where you feel the opening, where you feel the power coming from in the poses. There's no rush. When you finish your last one, you're just going to go a little bit deeper into your forward bend with both legs straight. And then hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up to stand. And triangle pose. Turn the right toes to point to the right. Open the arms out side to side. Big breath in, and then as you exhale, lean out in front of you, and then right fingers to the floor, left fingers to the sky, roll open. Remember that twisting open that we did, trying to get the torso to twist and not just the arm to move. Try to pull the back of your left shoulder blade back a little bit more. And then exhale, hands down to the mat, one leg dog, right leg lifts high. One leg vinyasa option. From downward dog, second side, inhale, left leg back and up behind you. Exhale, use your core to put your foot at the front of your mat. Come out to high crescent pose. Inhale, lifts you up here. Take a moment to settle into high crescent. There's a little bit of balance involved here. We're going to go for more balance as we exhale and come out to warrior three. Arms go wherever you feel comfortable. On your exhale, smoothly, slowly back to high crescent. Find the back bend now. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, high crescent. One more time for warrior three. And then one more time here, high crescent pose. Find the back bend. And then inhale, lift back up. Hands to your hips. Bring the back foot in, just a touch. Lower the back heel to the mat, straighten the front leg. Setting up the bottom of the pose for Parsvottanasana. Tiny bend into the left knee. Take your hands behind your back to the position that works for your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, your chest. Take a breath in and then exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift back up. Take a back bend here. Inhale, lift back up. Take your arms up overhead and then turn to face the left long side of your mat. So arms up overhead here. We're going to turn the toes out just slightly. So we're going to lower in 3 increments. You get to decide what those are. That's what you're going to do with the legs. With the arms, you're going to pull yourself up on a pull-up bar. So this isn't just like letting your arms come down. This is really using isometric contraction to pull those arms down. All right, arms up overhead. Here we go. Exhale. Bend your knees, lower a little bit. Pull yourself up on the pull-up bar. Elbows down by the sides. Keep the hips where they are. Stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, second increment. Pull-up bar, arms, lower the hips. Keep the hips there. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, last one. This is as low as you go. Hips down. Good. And then straighten the legs. Take the arms up overhead. Turn the toes to point forward. Circle the arms out and behind your back. Interlace with the other thumb on top. And exhale. Lead with your heart. Forward bend. And then bring your hands away from your back. Release your hands down to the mat and inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Bring your hands onto the floor under your shoulders for support. So long spine here. We're going to twist again. That long spine is important for the twist. Bring your right fingers to the floor or your prop underneath your face. You're going to cup the left fingers behind the left ear. Elbow pointing straight out to the side. Inhale, rotate up. Exhale, rotate down. Maybe your elbow taps the right inner arm. Inhale, rotate up. Exhale, twist down. Inhale up. And then exhale down. Release your left hand down to the floor. Bring it right underneath your face. And then cup your right ears, your right fingers behind your right ear, elbow pointing out to the side. Inhale, twist up. Exhale, twist down. Let the twist come from your spine. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time to go high. And then go low. And then release your hand down. Fold in a little bit more here. And then hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up. Turn your left toes to point forward. Bring your arms out for triangle. Big breath in. Exhale, lean out. And then fingertips down to the floor. Taking a moment to be in that triangle, to find that little bit of a twist, to pull your top shoulder back a little bit more. Yeah. And then exhale, hands down to the mat. One leg dog. Left leg is the one that lifts to the sky. One leg flow. Bring your feet to the top of your mat. Walk a couple of steps, maybe a hop or a handstand up to the front, and then inhale, rise up. Join your palms overhead. Try to grow yourself a little bit taller, and then exhale, hands to your heart. I told you it was coming. Tree pose. We're going to stand on the left leg. So instead of just pulling yourself into tree pose, let's try it this way. Hands to your heart, shift your weight into your left foot. And then bend your right knee out to the side. Ball of the foot on the ground and your right heel on your inner ankle, inner left ankle. So without reaching down with your hand to grab your leg to pull it up, we're going to try to make the leg do some of the work. So as you inhale, start to lift that right leg up, sliding it up, and you make it to a point where the leg just is not going to lift anymore. Then if you want, you can reach down with your hand. Grab your foot, draw your foot into your leg, and that inner left leg is pushing back into your foot. Be patient with yourself. The more we do this, the easier it gets. Think back to the first time you took tree pose. Inhale, arms up overhead. On an exhale, take your arms out to the sides. And then turn your palms to face out to the sides, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Eventually, we're going to be in this shape on our side plank pose with tree, eventually. But first, we're practicing here. Turn your palms up, arms come up overhead. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart and slide that right foot back down to the ground. Inhale, arms reach up, both arms up, stretch tall. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, make your way to downward dog. Flow to get there if you like, or just step on back there. From downward dog, lunge your right foot to the top of your mat. And then start to pivot around on your feet. all your toes will point to the right, and take your right arm back behind. Try to pull your shoulders back, look back past your right hand, opening into the outer right hip, getting stronger in the left arm and shoulder. And then inhale, circle towards the front of your mat, right arm on the inside of your right leg. Lower your left knee to the mat. We're going to be on it a little bit for lizard pose if you want to pad it. Walk your hands over to the left. And then start to get low here. Maybe that means bending your elbows to get your chest lower to the ground. Maybe one or both forearms come down to blocks or maybe to the floor. Focus on your breath here. And then start to walk your hands back in. We'll take low crescent pose here. So right arm on the outside of the right leg. Back knee will stay on the floor. As you inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Let the hips come forward a little bit as you lift the heart. Reach the arms back behind you, open across the front body. And then exhale, hands down to the mat. Let's take downward dog. So step that right foot back to meet the left. Now is where we're going to go into that side plank on the left hand and outer edge of the left foot. We'll do the variation where the feet stack on top of each other. So on the left hand, outer edge of the left foot, take your right arm up into the air. And now we add the tree part. So start to slide your right foot up the inside of that left leg. Maybe you reach down with your right hand, grab your foot and pull it in a little bit. And then push the floor away, lift up, and then exhale, release, downward dog. Right foot is on the ground, left foot is on the ground. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We need to get something, let's bring the feet up to the top of the mat. I know I missed a piece, I'll get it in a moment. Feet up at the top of your mat, and then inhale, rise up. Palms touch, exhale, hands to your heart. Tree pose on the right foot. So keep your hands where they are for now. Make that left leg do a little bit of work. Shift your weight into your right foot, and then turn your left knee out to the side, ball of the left foot on the ground, right heel pressing, left heel pressing into your right ankle. And then as you're ready, start to slide your foot up your inner right leg. And when the leg just won't lift anymore, then you can reach down with your hand and pull your foot a little higher on your leg. Hands to your heart. There we go. Everybody's looking great. Inhale, take your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, take them out to the sides. Now let's find that side plank position. All we have to do is turn our palms to face out and fingertips to face up. Think about pushing away with your right hand. Good. Inhale, both arms back up overhead. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart and lower your left foot to the mat. Inhale, both arms up overhead, lift up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, lengthen. Take your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. And that's where I'll add on the part I missed before. Sorry about that. From downward dog, inhale, left leg back and up behind you, bend your knee and twist open. You can stay here in the twist, or maybe find a little bit of balance, a little bit of hang time, lifting up through the left hand. Maybe the whole hand comes off the mat. And then lower it back down. Stretch your leg back behind you. And then let's go ahead and lunge that foot up to the top of the mat. Turn your toes to face out to the left. Put some weight into the right hand. Take the left arm back behind you. Try to pull both shoulders back. A little hip opening, a little arm and shoulder strengthening. And then inhale, circle back towards the front of your mat. Left arm on the inside of the left leg. Lower your right knee down. Walk your hands over to the right. So you create a diagonal. Your torso creates a diagonal to the right side of your mat. And then start to lower down here. Just some longer breaths to settle in to the hip opening, to the inner thigh opening. All right, start to push back into your hands. Take your left arm on the outside of your left leg and low crescent pose. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Try to keep your biceps on either side of your ears as you back bend here. And then exhale, hands down to the mat, downward facing dog. Okay, from downward dog, we're going to take that side plank pose with the feet stacked on top of each other on the right hand and outer edge of the right foot. Take your left arm up overhead. And then start to slide your top leg up the inseam of your bottom leg. Maybe you reach down with your hand, grab your foot, pull it in a little bit more, and then lift up, pushing the floor away with your bottom hand, strong into that right hip. And then exhale, downward dog, hand down, both feet down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Child's pose, knees down and wide, shift your hips back. Forehead on the mat. Make fists with your hands. Bend your elbows as much as you need to so you can circle your fists around one way and then the other way. And then open your hands out. Walk the fingers a little bit farther forward. And then we're going to come to a seat on our mat with our legs stretched out in front. So take your legs a little bit wider so that your feet are about hip width distance apart. This pose is called Dandasana. We're supposed to look like a staff or a walking cane. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. You're going to place your hands on either side of your hips. We're going to have our fingertips pointing out to the sides, really pushing the hands into the floor. And then I'll show you, then we'll do it together. On an exhale, you're going to push into the hands, bring the hips forward, lift the hips up, reverse tabletop, and then we'll take the right arm up and reach up, and then right hand back down. Lower back to Dandasana. And then when we do the other side, we'll reach the other arm up. We'll do this a couple of times. Listen to your shoulders. Go slow, be controlled. All right, make sure your legs are a little bit wide. If your feet are together, it's going to be much harder. So feet just about hip width distance apart. Hands on either side of your hips, fingertips pointing out. Take a breath in as you exhale, push into your hands, bring your hips forward, push into your feet, lift your hips up, reach your right arm up, and then right hand back down, lower your hips to the ground, straight legs. Second side, exhale, reverse tabletop, lift the left arm up, push the right hand down into the floor, left hand back down, hips down, straight legs. One more time, each side. Exhale, lift the hips, reach the right arm up, Right hand down, hips down. Exhale, lift the hips, left arm up, reach high, keep the hips high, and then hand down, hips down. Now you can bring your legs together. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift back up. Bend your right knee out to the side. And then bend the left knee. So your left knee points up, right knee goes out to the side. You've got your right ankle in front of your you've got your left foot in front of your right ankle. Take your left hand behind, right arm up, stretch tall. And as you exhale, twist around to the left. Inhale, release your twist back around to the front. Now, take your left knee out to the side. So you're in a cross-leg position, left shin is in front. This might be plenty for most of us for a forward bend. If you want a little bit more, think about crossing your left ankle above your right knee. Arms up, and then exhale, bow forward. So even though this class is about consistency, persistence, I have to say that the more I do this pose, it doesn't really get any easier for me. Maybe one day, I'm gonna keep trying it. Inhale, back up, arms up overhead, straighten your legs out in front. All right, second side. I got us into this a weird way, but what we're gonna do on the other side, what we're gonna do is bend the left knee out to the side, right kneecap points up towards the ceiling. There we go. Right foot is in front of the left ankle. Take your right arm behind, left arm up, sit tall. And as you exhale, twist to the right. Hook your arm onto your outer leg if you can. If not, hook your elbow onto the front of your knee and twist around. Inhale to release to the front. And then you're going to slide that right foot over to the left. So you're in a cross-leg position, right shin in front. Or if you want to move more towards fire log pose, you pick up that right foot and put it on top of the left knee. So you really want to be strong into your outer ankles here. Inhale, both arms up. And then as you exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift back up, arms overhead, and then stretch the legs out straight. We'll take one more forward bend here with the legs straight, fold over the legs. Maybe let go of that Ujjayi breath now. If it helps you stay in your practice when we're holding poses for a longer period of time, keep it. But if not, let go of that breath and just come back to your natural breath. Inhale, lift back up, and we'll take our Last back bend of the practice. This is reverse tabletop. So we've done this before, coming into it a different way. This time we're going to bend the knees, soles of the feet on the floor, hands behind you. You're going to lean your shoulders back, and you want your hands to be about underneath your shoulders. Or you can come into the pose with straight legs. The way your fingers point is really a matter of what works for your wrists. You can do it with the fingers pointing forward, fingers pointing back, or the easiest thing for your wrist is fingers pointing out to the sides. So choose what's going to feel best for you. Draw the shoulders back, either bent knees and soles of the feet on the floor or straight legs. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, push into your hands, push into your feet, lift your hips up, and then think about tensing your whole back body to lift the hips a little bit higher, to lift the chest a little bit higher. One more breath in, and then exhale, lower down. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and rock across your back. Keep your right knee in, stretch your left leg out long, and twist. Take your right knee to the left as you reach your right arm back out to the right. Inhale, bring your right leg up, hug both knees in again, and change sides. Left knee stays in as the right leg stretches out. On an exhale, left knee goes to the right as the left arm stretches out to the left. Inhale, bring your knee up, and last time, hug both knees in, rock over your back. If you want to take a shoulder stand here, now's the time. Or you can stretch right out into Shavasana, reaching the legs out long and the palms turning up to the sky. There's no rush, but as you do start to move into your Shavasana, or maybe you're already there, remember that feeling at the beginning of practice with Crocodile Pose where you let your front body sink into the floor. See if you can do that now with your back body. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth, sink into the floor. One more of those. Big inhale, and then exhale, letting everything get heavy, letting everything melt. Now is the time to let the stillness of body, mind, and heart connect so that you commit to memory in your body, your mind, and in your heart. Whatever it was you were working on today, we repeated several poses or transitions between poses. Let those become just a part of your being. Let the breath lull you in to a deeper level of relaxation and just allowing your body to be here. Keeping the grounded sensation of your back body on the earth. Begin to take deeper breaths. And then begin to reawaken your body. Gently start with fingers and toes. And then move up to wrists and ankles. Wrap your arms over your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then reach your arms overhead. Stretch long one more time. On an exhale, bring yourself to a seat. Any seat works. Let it be one that's comfortable for you. And then from your seat, bring your hands to your heart. Being consistent in your practice, being persistent in poses helps you really take your physical practice to another level. Being consistent and persistent in your life off your mat will also pay big dividends, allowing you to step maybe into places, into barrel rolls on your mountain bike that you didn't think were possible. Let's take a moment to collect our energy together here through the Ethernet and send that energy to those who are in need. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.